And so growing up, I was so ambitious. I wanted to be a teacher. I remember telling my dad that when I grow up, I just want to be like my teacher, Miss Phoebian. She must have left a lasting impression in my heart for me to want to be a teacher. I would follow my dad um, to his office, and I remember following him to the bank one day, and then I said to him, "Daddy, who are these people?" He said to me, "They are bankers." And I said, "I would like to be like them." So I asked him one unique question. I'm like, "What do I need to do to be like them?" He said, "All you have to do is just study banking." And so I got that vision in my head to study banking, which I did at Yaba College of Technology, and I served in the banking sector for over a decade. And while in the banking sector, I would usually volunteer to plan events, plan parties, do like the departmental thing. I just was always hands-on on when anything that has to do with events. So people would naturally just put me in different committees and put me as the head of the committee of any events. And before you know it, I just knew that I wanted more for myself, and so I resigned. And then a friend of mine told me about the Goldman Sachs scholarship that was in partnership with EDC to help young business owners, give them that knowledge about entrepreneurship. And so I applied for the scholarship and I got the scholarship. It was for 10,000 women in Africa, and I was one of the beneficiaries. And so I went to Lagos Business School and studied entrepreneurial management. I haven't completed that. I realized that a lot of people need to know about startup failures and how they can curb it, because the information that was released to us, and of course the network of great women and men and then business mentors that we were exposed to, helped me with that early stage of running my business in Nigeria. And so I said to myself that I was going to pay it forward, but I didn't know how to start. So we started with ESOP Heroes. We were having trainings, subsidized rate, free ones for a lot of people.
Hello everyone, my name is Sunmbo Adeoye. I'm the MD CEO at ESOP Events.
It was born out of my ceaseless desires to support entrepreneurial knowledge. I realized that a lot of businesses fail because they do not even have the knowledge of how to run business in Nigeria. Not to talk about running it in this age and time. So I decided that I was going to share from my wealth of knowledge that I have gotten from being a certified entrepreneurial manager from EDC, that I was going to share it, with all the women that I know. Because, for them to go for a course at Lagos Business School is not cheap. And then we started the Inspiring Change Conference because I was asked to go inspire women for International Women's Day. That first one, I wasn't really clear about what to do. Our keynote speaker was the first female mechanic in Nigeria. She had approved that she was coming, and on that day, she got a call by the First Lady of Nigeria that she needed to come. It was International Women's Day in Abuja. She needed to come, and she sent a representative. So I had to do the keynote. Thankfully, I'd also been preparing not to speak. I was just preparing, for the conference. So I had what to say. I also had to moderate the Girl Talk session. Now we had Kemi Adetiba, and we also had Word MC. Now, the good thing about the Girl Talk session is that these ladies talk about how they lose, how they choose, how they're able to remain courageous in the face of fear, So we had the conference that day. Several hundreds of women showed up. I was so excited, but I didn't want to do it again.
Inspiring Change is, just like the name, Inspiring Change, is a place where people are being inspired. And it's not like it's just for women, even though it happens around Women International Day. I've been there all through, and I've been inspired several times. So Inspiring Change is a place where anybody can be inspired. So we live Inspiring Change every year, wanting to do more.
because I'm one of the beneficiaries of the program, of the conference. Though I attended the program for the first time, and my life has never remained the same again after the program. I've registered my business for almost 10 years, but let me say it was after the program that the business started moving. It was an eye-opener for me to say, because it was after the program I started, reaching out to people via social media, and the response has been wow. Let me say, because if not for the program, I don't know where my business would have been by now.
When we did the first one and I ran into debt, I said to myself that I'm not doing it again. Then people started asking, when is the next one? And then I'm like, oh, it looks like I have to do it again. And so
I remember when it started, she wanted to use a particular venue, and I said no. And I told her that we're going to go and start outside the church, which is Towing Street. And when she told me the capacity of the place, I told her that that place is too small.
When we got into their biggest hall, my husband said to me, he said, this space is too small. We need another hall. I looked at him like, I don't want to run into debt again. Like, I know that we can afford this one. He said to me, I've seen the number of people that came for the first one. Get ready for ×3.
And she was wondering why I believed so much. And that was going to be the first time. How come this man believes so much in this vision that it's like he's even saying that it's to be bigger than I'm expecting. I told her that that place is small.
And so we paid for the first hall and booked for the second one. Guess what? By 5 minutes into the conference, the first hall was full to the brim. People were standing, and so they had to open the second hall. We were projecting. We were already ready for the overflow. And then I knew that there was something about the Inspiring Change Conference.
Know that God has put something on your inside, so do that which you can do, so that God can do that which He alone can do. And there are 3 categories of people in the world today: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who don't even know what. Overcoming self-doubt. Overcoming self-doubt. During the course of preparing for this session, I just checked through the dictionary what self-doubt really means. And I realized that.
Yeah, you know what they say about charity begins at home? Yes. It was time to bring the harvest home. By the time we were doing the 3rd edition, we now have our own auditorium called Wisdom Arena. So Senior Pastor gave me the privilege to bring the harvest home. We hosted Ibukun Awoshika for the 3rd edition. It was massive. And over time, we've been able to bring all these power women to Agege because I needed to empower the women in Agege. I grew up in Agege, and so charity must begin from home.
I'm looking forward to having a lot of women who will go fulfilled, who will go inspired, who will be more courageous than the way they came. From the testimonies and all that, it's mind-blowing.
I'm so proud of her that she's doing this great work, and we really expect that. Our expectation is so high.
The reality of being a Christian is that you can have Christ and still own the world.
God will give to each man according to the assignment of his life.
I'm fully loaded.
You will smile and the whole world will see it.
You can do contributions and make this thing work.
I would have missed the way if I wasn't here tonight.
You are able to know that it is only God that can help you to achieve your dreams.
I think Inspiring Change Conference has a grace that works for us because most of the speakers we have invited for the conference, I've met them at the conference. I mean, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. We meet at the conference ground. They do not give me any difficulty. They are always willing to be a part of it. They just want to come to Agege. Most of them have never been to this part of Lagos before, never before. From Ibukun Awoshika to Jumoke Adeoye, to Honorable Abike Dabiri, to Ellen Paul, to Onyeka Owenu, to Ini Abimbola, Mommy Mary, Akobome, quite a number of people, Nelly's, Niger Branchik, Oluremi Senior Alaga of Nigeria, Pastor Nike Adeyemi, Pastor Nomti Odukoya, and I just bless God for the kind of people that He has connected me with. My Queen Mother of blessed memory, Pastor Nomti Odukoya, played a huge role in connecting me with some of my speakers. I remember someone that I reached out to said that I see that you are connected to Pastor Nomti, I will come. And I remember one year, Pastor Nomti asked me, do you have a speaker? I said, yes, we're trying to bring this person. And she says, I know her. All I have to do is just tell her to come and she will come. She was that gracious, and I bless God for the kind of privileges I enjoyed just by being in close proximity with her and having her in my corner. I'm grateful to God that we're able to bring all of them to Agege, because most of the women here may not be able to go for the kind of conferences that they host because it costs money, and sometimes it's in Lekki, in VI, it's really a distance. So I'm glad that Inspiring Change platform connects the people here with the people that they aspire to be like. I'm grateful to God that we're able to bridge that gap.
And how to go about your business.
I learned that you start small and you think big.
The key word for me, my passion must be my hobby.
Inspiring Change made me to be a great actress today.
It has been so awesome knowing the kind of business I need to do and the rest like that. Thank you.
I learned how to turn my passion into a business.
I was able to learn how to collaborate. I was able to learn that I should be able to think forward, to embrace change.
I could draw strength and encouragement from it, that during the tough times, I should surround myself with the right people, the right mentors, and follow God.
Women, we always think that we can't do things, and there are other women that come out to tell us that we can achieve what we really want to achieve. Think about expanding. Think about meeting a need. You see, it's when you add value, that's when your business will thrive.
This is the 6th edition, and I'm so happy.
One thing we now added to it was to empower women.
Every year we give out empowerment tools to attendees. The first time we were only able to give out one tool. I remember the second year we were only able to give out 2 tools. The first one was a cash grant. The second one was a grinding machine. As at that year, a grinding machine cost about 13,000 naira. And so I told God, I said, God, how I wish we had more money to be able to do more. How I wish we had partners to be able to do more. If one life can be touched, then we know that the impact of Inspiring Change is visible. The third year, we were only able to empower 6 people. I can't remember how many people we empowered in the 4th year, maybe 20. But this year, we have been able to empower over 200 women.
We're buying refrigerator for people who needed it, mixer or something like that. I remember, collaborating with JB Furnitures, and we made a kiosk for a woman who was selling vegetables under a shed, and most times once it rains, she's soaked, her vegetables are soaked. So we made her a kiosk. She still has it up till today. And then we had this entrepreneurship advancement training for market women in Agege, where we had to seek the consent of the Yaloja to visit 4 different markets in Agege. And one of the first challenges that we had was every time we go for approval, it seemed as if I was running for a political party. So I needed to always explain to them that this is not about a political party. I'm not running for any office. this is just something I'd like to do as a form of my own humanitarian service to my community. Before they would believe, sometimes we have to go back again, try to convince them, and sometimes they would ask us to submit whatever we want to give the market women, and then that they will share it. I remember one time we went there to sensitize them and just give them the trainings. I would be speaking and they will interpret to them in Yoruba language.
So today, apart from the talk, we're going to be empowering 140 women in this market, and we're looking forward to a point where their lives will be transformed, not just for today alone, not just for now alone, but it will transcend into the point where they too will now become a blessing to other people. Thank you so much, Ma, for opening up your market to us.
And we really appreciate you for doing this, and God will help you to continue the program.
Amen. Amen.
If you want us to help you with how to package your goods and also link you up with people who are willing to buy from you, please see any of our representatives. We will help you. In fact, we will do the very first ones for you for free, and you will see the results. And if you want to proceed, then you can now.
We had the Inspiring Change School tour where we went to 10 or about 14 schools within Agege environs to give them educational supplies, school bags, sanitary towels. And one of the issue we also had is that we wouldn't have access to the children if we don't do X, Y, Z. I don't want to mention all of that, but we're able to scale through all of these challenges, and the children are able to benefit from our outreach. So we go from school to school explaining to them why they need to choose right, how they can choose the right career paths, the tools available for them, in this age and time, and how they can leverage on research so that they do not make any wrong choice. In the beginning, it wasn't easy. It was just funds from myself and my husband. I remember times without number, I just don't want to do it anymore because I'm like, I could use this money for other things. And thank God that I have a supportive spouse who is willing to put his money down on the vision that God has called me to do. Apart from me, is the #1 volunteer, and honestly, I hold this and much more to Pastor David Adeoye. Is such a groomer, is the best bridegroom in the world, and I say this with all sense of responsibility. Is the first volunteer because if I have to leave the home to go do this, he's helping me ensure that the home front is good, and is supporting me. He's giving me the pet talk that I need. He's giving me all the all the vibes that I need even when I want to give up on this vision. It's telling me you can do it, it's just psyching me up. It's giving me all the financial support, all the moral support, the spiritual support. It's giving me books to read. It's telling me how to prepare. It's telling me what to say, how to say it. It practically made me believe that I can do this, and I bless God for every other person that has joined me on this vision, people like BC Oni, Folakemi Emiolaniyi, and a host of all others, Yewande, Oderinde. I thank God for Faith Ireha Aibohon. I thank God for a lot of male, female. I even have people who sing every year and write a theme song for the conference for free. I have Exosia Wilson, I have Fortune, like they write songs for inspiring change. So even if I want to give up, these people are there telling me we are doing it. And the resilience level just comes back up again. The courage just comes back up again. I couldn't have been able to do this all by myself. And then we have my royalty family, all the departments, all the heads, everyone is willing, everyone is able, everyone is supportive. They're not just being available, they're also supporting with their finances, they're buying our merchandise, they're following us for all our outreaches. We're going from school to school, from market to market, they're making themselves available. These are big people, these are big names. I remember Larry Shaw recorded our conferences for free. He will do our jingles for free, you know, a lot of them. Sean Eagle, quite a number of people. I'm just so blessed to have all of these people and more. My mom, my siblings, everybody. I'm just grateful to God Almighty for blessing me. I'm surrounded. I get backing.
Yeah, one of the things that people may not know, some people may know, is that she wants to do everything she wants to do at her best. She wants to give everything. Anything she wants to do, she wants to give it her best shot.
One of the quality First Lady has is her resilience. If she wants to do anything, nothing can stop her. Like I said, I got that from her, and I learned that from her. If First Lady, in fact, 2 days to the conference, she can change things. Like, it has to be done. And you will see that, in fact, over the years, I've learned that from her. That once she says a thing, other people will still be shivering, like, how are we going to do this? But me, I'm rest assured that you people don't have problem. Just get to work. It has to be done.
I mean, we've had inspiring change where she came all the way from the hospital to come to the altar. And she left from the altar back to the hospital. And while she was on the altar, I was just praying for her in my heart because I know what she went through. I know what she's going through, you know, in her health at that moment. And because of the passion she has, you will not even see it except somebody tells you.
There are times that I'm going through things myself, and one of those was when I had a miscarriage. We had printed the brochure, I'd written my profile, you know, talked about the fact that we're expecting twins, and then a few days to the Inspiring Change conference, I went to the gynecologist and we were to do an ultrasound, and he said there was no heartbeat. My heart sunk. I looked at the doctor and I said to him, I have a conference to host, and I left. I was in denial, like I wasn't going to allow anything, not even my own personal problems, stop me from going ahead with the conference. We were going to host Ibukun Awushika that year, and the theme for the conference, the Inspiring Change conference, was Yes, I Can. So I went back home. While at home, the pain started and I had to go back to the theater for evacuation. Today, that is history because God has blessed me with more children, boy and a girl. Praise God.
So she has given it her best. She has given it her all. And I think that's why God has blessed the vision too. Because the Almighty will not commit all his might into what you are not willing to put all your might.
We have a global audience. I can say that God has indeed been faithful. I can also say that we've seen growth, and I believe there is still more.
This program is truly inspiring. You can't come to this program and not be inspired. I can't wait to hear
all that this program entails. There's more to what I can achieve as a woman.
I want you to know that there's a reason for you being a woman, and if you think that being a woman is a disadvantage, then you have a problem. Then there's a mistake somewhere. There is more in you. All you just need is for you to be focused so that you have in you can blossom.
It's always an honor to impact. So I'm just going to share everything I know regarding my story, and of course how we were able to build from August from scratch to where we are, and of course the future plans as well.
Inspiring Change has really helped my business. I won't lie. That's why I came back this year again, so I can make more sales and more visibility.
It's a great idea. I've been following them on Instagram, and I've seen a lot of good jobs they've done. My sister actually attended about 2 years ago, and she told me fantastic things about the program.
This conference, I know it's going to be awesome, especially the thing that is small. I know there is more for us to learn, but there is more for us to grab, there is more for us to have for the year 2020 and forever.
Oh, looking back at 10 years, you know how they say time runs when you're having fun? I never thought it's 10 years already. Everything just flew by so fast. But I'm grateful to God. Every time I meet people in the driveway, I meet them in the mall, I meet them outside, sometimes in the plane, they're telling me, oh, thank you for inspiring change. Thank you for inspiring change. And I'm so excited. I'm like, if only you know how all of this started. But I'm grateful to God that Inspiring Change has become a household name. It has not only impacted people in Agege, it has gone to impact people outside the shores of Agege into neighboring countries and of course globally, and I give all the glory to God.
And for me, the best is yet to come. I believe that what we have seen so far, it cannot be compared to what we are about to see.
We see Inspiring Change going global. It's not just going to be Agege, it's now leaving Lagos for other cities, because we usually have people come from neighboring states, from Abeokuta, from Ilorin, from Ibadan. We're taking Inspiring Change to them. We're going to Port Harcourt, we're going to Abuja, we're taking it to South Africa, we're going outside of Africa, we're going to the UK, we're going to the US by the special grace of God.
I see Inspiring Change having a lot of ambassadors all across the world. What I mean by ambassadors are people that their inspiring story came out from Inspiring Change. We are already having many of them. Dramatic testimonies. Women who, for instance, a woman, she got inspired and started a business with 2,500. I mean, the local Nigerian food. And today she's an exporter. She exports in containers to Canada, to UK. She dedicated our office complex last year, invited my wife to come and dedicate it for her. So we have such stories everywhere. So we're going to be having more of such stories where the global influencer of this age, the leaders, people that are going to be leaders in different sectors, in different industry, will be coming out of Inspiring Change. So I see a better future, a brighter future.
I remember when we were discussing this thing for IWD then. So it's already 10 years. Congratulations. You've done such an amazing job. I'm so excited because I understand the journey. I was there from the very beginning. I can't believe we're doing 10 years of Inspiring Change conference. So it's been 10 years of impacting lives, 10 years of transformation, 10 years of leadership legacies. May God continue to bless you. May He continue to lift you. And may He continue to give you strength for the next 20 years of Inspiring Change. I can't wait to celebrate 30 years. Congratulations.
I want to congratulate us at Inspiring Change, the participants, the convener, the volunteers. I want to congratulate us because it has not been easy, but here we are today. God has brought us to this point and we are still moving. So I want to congratulate us for where we are and where we are going.
So I would like to say congratulations to, we call her First Lady in our church, First Lady Sunmbo Adeoye, my wife. I want to say congratulations to you because you have, I told her every time, so you've proven me right. I say you have given it because I've always believed in her. I've always known that that's who she is. I've always known that she is going to be a great speaker. I've always known that she's going to be someone that is going to touch many lives. And I'm so glad that today we're seeing these things coming to pass. And I believe that there are still many more territories to take. So I want to say to you, congratulations. My prayer for you is that the next 10 years will be bigger, better, brighter than what you have seen the last 10 years. And I want to say congratulations to all our team too, because one tree cannot make a forest, they say. So I want to say congratulations to all of you for being part of this great thing. You know, sometimes it's inspiring when you are part of a great thing. You are giving your own little contribution, and it's becoming so great and mighty. So I want to say congratulations to all of you. And I know that Sunmbo Adeoye is one voice that is going to go across the globe.
And yes, it's such a huge privilege, a huge honor. I count myself privileged to be able to convey this magnitude of conference. I'm grateful to God for how far He has used the conference as a tool to transform the lives of many attendees and those who connect online. And I cannot wait for what's to come. I want to use this medium to tell you to expect only the best. There are possibilities that are waiting for you to just grab them. So make the most of all that God has put inside of you. There is more. God bless you.
I'm bigger, I'm better, I'm stronger, I'm wiser.
Enormous possibilities.